As a revision exercise of what we have learned until now, we will do just one sentence, mark 137. K huron auton, K legusin auto, hoti pantasituzin se. Here we see three verbs are there in this particular sentence: huron, legusin, and zetusin. Legusin and zetusin are both present active indicative verbs and in third person plural. If you remember the present active indicative endings, you'll know that omega ase, omenete usin. Usin is the ending in both legusin and zetusin. So both are present active indicative and third person plural. If it were future, that would be a sigma before the suffix, like the usin before the usin, that will be a sigma, it will become susin. If it were past tense verb and imperfect or an aorist verb, then there would be an epsilon, an augment in the front, a prefix of epsilon in the front. So this is not a past tense verb, and this is also not a future tense verb, and it ought to be present active indicative third person plural. Legusin comes from lego, which means I say or I speak, and zetusin comes from zetu, which means they seek, I seek, basically. Now zetusin would be translated in the third person plural, so they are seeking you, they are seeking is the translation, and legusin, they are saying. Both are in present, and we know in the Gospel according to Mark, the author uses historical present to make the setting a little more lively, and therefore we need to translate it. When we are translating it, we can, in the literal translation, translate it in the present tense, but we translate it according to the common tense of the whole sentence, which is determined by the first verb, like whether it is imperfect or aorist. That particular verb will determine the sentence of the whole, the tense of the whole sentence, and that is the tense we would follow. So here, this sentence begins with huron. Huron comes from heurisco, and it is an aorist active indicative verb, third person plural, and we will learn about it more when we discuss liquid verbs which have a different kind of ending in aorist. So here we know it is aorist because the stem has changed. In present and future, the stem will not change. So heurisco, here the stem has become hure, and then after that on sn, omenete on. These are imperfect endings, but liquid verbs take imperfect endings in the aorist form. So huron is a liquid verb, and it takes this imperfect ending, but we have to translate it as aorist. So the first verb in this sentence is aorist. Therefore, the rest of the verbs, though they are in present active tense, we need to translate them in the past tense, going with the first verb, which was aorist. So this is how it would go. K, we know K is a conjunction. There are two Ks in this sentence, and they are joining the three clauses. K or Kai, it's translated as and or also, depending upon the way it appears, what is logical for the particular sentence. So here, Kai huron auton is and they found. Auton is a pronoun and is a personal pronoun. Here it is masculine, accusative, singular. We know that the subject would always take accusative right? So Huron, auton. Auton is not the subject, it is the object. So Huron would give us the subject. Huron, when we translate Huron, it would be they found, because aorist active indicative third person plural. So they found, and then auton is accusative, it's a object. They found him, because it's masculine. Autos is translated as he, she, or it. Here in this case, because it's in the subject case, it is translated as him. And they found him. So this is the first bit. Next bit is ke lagosin auto. Here again, auto is masculine dative singular. It is a personal pronoun from auto. But this dative basically conveys the sense of the normal dative. We have talked about different kinds of dative. Instrumental dative is there, and there are other kinds of datives which appear with certain verbs. They take dative like that. But here it is a normal dative which is translated as to or for. So auto is to him, because it is a singular. And lagusin is present active indicative third person plural. So again, lagusin will give you the subject also. They are saying to him. So the first part was, and they found him. Second part is, and they are saying to him. But as I said, because the historical present, we have to go with the first tense itself, is the past tense, the aorist tense itself. So the whole sentence would make sense in English. And they found him and said to him. Hoti pantes setusin se. Hoti is a particle that can be translated as that. It can be translated, it can be the double quotations before we begin a direct speech. In this case, it seems like it needs to be translated as a double quotation before we begin a direct speech. So they find him, or they found him, and they said to him. What are they saying to him? Pantes zetusin se. Zetusin comes from zeteo, so it is they are seeking, present active, third person, plural. They are seeking, and se is again accusative, so it will not be the subject. It's a personal pronoun, accusative, second singular, so it is you. They are seeking you. So this is what the people who came to him are saying. They are seeking you. They are seeking you will be in double quotations, like it's a direct speech. But here, before they, we have pantes. Pantes is an adjective which is always used in the sense of a descriptive or an attributive adjective, regardless of where it is, regardless of whether it carries a definite article or not. It is always translated as attributive adjective. Here it is in masculine nominative plural case. Masculine nominative plural. So you remember that pas, pasa, pan, pantos. So the stem is pant. And remember the endings in the masculine of pas, they resemble the aster endings. Aster endings, what are the aster endings? The code is not boss identity. The series was on sin. So series ESS, as, on, sin, from nominative to dative. So S is the first one in the plural, pantes, and that is masculine nominative plural. Masculine nominative plural Here it translates that all people, or all, or everyone. Pantes. So what are they saying? Who are saying? Like they are saying and they are seeking. Who are these seekers? Everyone. Everyone is seeking you. So this last bit needs to be translated in this way. Double quotations, direct speech. Everyone is seeking you. So the first clause is, and they found him. Second clause is, and they are saying to him, but translated, they said to him. And the third bit is, in the inverted commas, double quotations, everyone is seeking you. So the whole translation will be like this. And they found him and said to him, all people are seeking you. In Berean Literal Bible, it is everyone seeks you. And in NASB, and they found him and said to him, everyone is seeking you. Everyone is looking for you. Seeking is the right translation because zeteo is the meaning. The right meaning is I seek.